What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me today. Today we're going to be talking about something pretty special. Probably one of the most cloned units to ever hit the market by far. The Velocity Ready Aim Fire Competition Class RDA. Crazy. This would not be happening if it wasn't for Trey Mink from Mink Machine. Thank you, Trey, for letting me borrow this for the review, man. It's been a total blast, and this thing is just impeccable. I can't wait to show you guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. Trey, thank you so much, dude. And thank you for being super patient with me. I'll put a link in the description for Mink Machine. Make sure you go check him out. Show him some love, man. And give him a like on his page. This is a collaborative effort between Cisco and Dino, right? And we're going to talk about all that in the up-close section. We're going to talk about the ins and outs of this thing. So I'm going to show you every bit and piece of it. A couple things. We're going to be building this for my series, my fog box today. And it's a series box. It's a little different approach. But the thing is with this atomizer is usually what do? I get natty and I try to figure out the best possible build for it, right? There's the way the airflow is designed, there's literally no build that won't work in it. Like, you can just dial it in to like the most minute detail, like to the tiniest detail, and make it work. Titanium, nickel, you name it, dude. I put it in this thing, you name it, bro. It's been put in here, and it works fantastic considering the way the posts are set up and the way the coils go into them. It just lines up perfect every single time, and you're going to see that. We're going to build it today for my series box, shooting for a 0.4, right? About a 0.4 area, 0.3, 0.4-ish, I'd be really happy with. And I'm going to assume that's what we're going to hit, right around the 0.4. You know, series boxes, what do they love? They love macro coils. They love surface area, and they love that 0.3 to 0.5 range, in my opinion. It's a beautiful couple that way, man. It's going to be a cloudy one. We're also going to be doing a tiger variation, and I'm going to go ahead and explain how I built it. And so that way, you know, at home you can do it yourself. Let's take it down, dude. Oh my goodness. Here we go. Let's go ahead and get set up here. The Velocity Ready Aim Fire. Pretty cool packaging here. Obviously very nice for transport. Right here on top says pinch the sides. Done. Inside you're going to find an Allen key. A very nice Allen key, I might add. Very nice Allen key. Check that out. Nice and thick, chunky. It's not going to strip easy. Very tough. Won't round out easy. Nice and tough. We'll set it out to the side. Keep it nice and close though, because we're going to be using it. The Velocity. Set that outside. You're also going to get a little bag of tricks. Okay. One's going to carry your 510 adapter, drip tip adapter, which is right here. We're going to get nice and close here in a minute. And a couple of O-rings and 2 extra hex key screws here. I believe they're 3mm in size on these. Nice and big, man. Nice, big, and chunky. Haven't had any problems with this thing. And also a instructional manual here. Kind of talking about it. Pretty cool, man. I'm going to go ahead and put this all back. Because I wanted to go back home to where it belongs. The way it came in, man. We'll go ahead and put the bag of tricks back in. The empty baggie back in there. So let's start with this. Let's get nice and close here. The Velocity. Now this thing's pretty crazy, man. Let's run down a few things here. 304 stainless. 22mm in size. About 28mm tall. Great. 2-post design, like I was saying. There's serial V1327 copper pin here. Like I said, it comes with this wide bore here. This screws in, doesn't friction. Same with the adapter. Let's go ahead and show you the adapter first and foremost here. Here it is for all your 510 drip tips. Nice thick Acme threading, I believe. Custom threading here. You won't see this on pretty much any. I don't think I've ever seen this style of threading on anything. And I'm going to show you with the the wide bore style here. Unscrew it. Done. Look how quick that is. You get it, and it almost pulls it in. Watch this. Ready? See that? It almost just like grabs it and yanks it down in. But it takes. You're not sitting here screwing forever. Wow, isn't that great? I mean, gorgeous threading on this thing. Right. Beautiful. Nice wide bore. Beautiful. Set that off to the side. Unscrew the top cap here. We'll talk about the airflow as well in a second, but I'm going to go ahead and just completely unscrew this completely. And as I unscrew it, you're going to see that as I pass, boom, boom. And you're kind of probably noticing the skipping as I spin it, like that. That's because I just cleaned it, okay? Been using the hell out of this thing, and I've really been enjoying it. Go ahead and keep on going. Now, the threading on this is super smooth. The smoothest I've ever seen. No doubt about that. I'm going to go ahead and pop this off now. Done. This O-ring, the fitment of that O-ring is super nice with this, because obviously you adjust your air with this, right? So you press it down, nice and easy, start to screw, and it catches every single time. Now let's say we're going to set our air hole preference, right? Let's say we want it right here. Go on about your day. This gets bumped and hit. It doesn't move. I have not had this just sit here and move on me. Let's go ahead and take this all the way off one more time. Nice tolerances on everything on here. Pop that right off. Nice and easy. Almost a face looking. You get these indirect, I believe there's 8 of them, 6 of them, and 6 by 2 millimeters. Fully adjustable indirect air holes is what these are. What are they there for? They're going to cool down your build quite a bit. Quite a bit. Let me go ahead and take this off of the addy here. Pull over tenderfoot. You need to get off because, again, dual O-ring on the deck. Pull that off. Just set that off to the side. And I'll show you the inside. Look how clean that is, man. Okay, the famous notch. The famous notch. Right there. That locks right into your base. We're going to talk about all that here in a bit. I just want to get you a good look at this whole entire thing. Pristine. It really is. These guys sit here and hand polish these. From the moment it's done, it's hand cleaned and shipped by these guys. These guys overlook every little bit and piece of these things. You buy one, expect it to be pristine, man. There's no hit and miss with these guys. It's quality control, you know, just bonkers, dude. So you can definitely buy knowing you're going to get a quality product for sure. Look at that. I just can't stress the threading enough on this. Gorgeous. Let me set it offside, man. On to the star of the show. The deck. 2-post design, nice, thick, chunky, D-shaped post here. Hex keys, 2 on the side, D-shaped eyelets, and I'm going to go ahead and open those up for you so you can take a look at just how big those are. You know, the way that these screws trap the wire is awesome. I mean, it's kind of what I've talked to you guys about before, right? When we're trapping against something that's flat, you're gonna get just a superior conduction. You know, you're gonna get serious power going on. And it alleviates any snapping of the wires, any of that stuff, man. And I hope to see this on many, many more. Maybe not this design, but like the Royal Hunters and the Indestructibles, you know? Those guys that are doing the unhollow posts so we can trap our wires snugly, securely, without the fuss. Without the fuss, man. And this is one of those addies that there's no fuss with. Isn't that great? And how I've been building it, we're going to get into all that. Dual O-rings here, nice snug fit, 510 threading, of course, dead on. The 510 pin itself sticking out quite a bit, and you can also get a bottom feeder pin for this, by the way. So you pull that out, replace it with the squonking pin, done. You're squonking, dude. Nice thick deck here. If you were to drop this, you know, from a pine, it would hit the floor, it wouldn't dent in. My Eric did that. And it sucked. I didn't like that. Negative milled right into the body. The whole thing's milled one piece. And then the positive here is offset, alleviating a center post. What's that going to do? That's going to create a very, and I mean very, very smooth draw. Very smooth. And I really like that they rounded the post. They could have easily done these square, but I really like this rounded post. Nice and smooth airflow. Great design. Super deep deck. This thing's like 6.5 millimeters deep. Peak insulators, which are replaceable, by the way. Right. Now here's the notch. Remember I showed you on here? Here's the notch, man. Right there. See? There's the notch right there. So, you gotta put it on your box, whatever you're gonna put it on. You line up. And it just so happens to sit right below this airflow hole. See that? Just match it up with the airflow hole. And I'm going to use that airflow hole to get it close. Done. As long as you line up with that airflow hole, you pretty much hit it every time. They do recommend that you go off just to the side a little bit, and then as you tighten it down, it'll just spin and lock into place. And it does lock. You heard that. Right. To get it off, I'm going to have to put it on the tenderfoot again. Nice fit. One more look at it. I always like to give you guys the best look I possibly can, because that's what I would want to see. I mean, look how thick that thing is. It's just built tough, man. This thing really does feel like $100 in your hand. It really, really does. Now, the thing is with the velocity. They're doing another run. But it's kind of a stock the website type thing, man. You gotta just be on the ball to get one. Once they hit in, they're gone. People are on these, and I can see why, man. This thing's incredible. The vape off it is clean, it's pure. The build on it is functional, effortless. It's everything you would expect. Cool. Enough showing you that. I'm gonna go ahead and put this back together. One thing to note with your velocity, when and if you get one, take your time going over on this. Make sure we're good, and then just spin it down. And where I'm going to like it today is about halfway down. About right there. And the indirect airflow holes open. That's how I'm going to have it today. And as you can see, all the airflow holes line up perfectly. Now, one thing I need to note, and I have said this before in previous videos, with this one, when you screw it all the way down, check this out. All the way down, it's dead on. Now, I had talked to Dino about this. Do not expect that with every velocity. That's not the way it's going to work. They're milled from two different pieces of metal. It's just a freak accident. So Trey got lucky on this one, alright? Something to note on your builds, the inside of the barrel here, the subcap, pokes in a little bit. We never want our builds touching. What's great about this, how wide bore that is, you can look right inside to make sure it's not touching your coils. I'm going to go ahead and readjust here. It's very easy to adjust, like I said, and it holds wherever I put it. Right there. Bam. Great. Set that aside. Throw the, I'll leave the 510 out. Tenderfoot time, man. Oh, actually, no wire time. Here's the wire I'm using. Now, it's tiger wire. This is 26 gauge nichrome 80 twisted with 0.9 ribbon wire. Okay. What do? I put it in a chuck of a drill. I straighten my 26 gauge. Just a 26. Stick it in a chuck, fire it, and it'll straighten it out. Right. And I took my ribbon wire, put it in the chuck with the 26, lined it up the best I could, held it with some pliers on the other end, and then I fired the drill slowly until I saw it catching. Then I sped it up. And what I look for is about this tight of a wrap. I like it a little looser than most. Now, after you're done spinning it, you torch it. And that's why you see the colors here. That's just classic nichrome for you. And I torch it to give it a little, make it a little stiffer, a little easier to wrap. Tiger wire, if you don't torch it, it tends to wrap pretty sloppy. It's almost like nickel, okay, in a way. But if you torch it, it'll make your life a lot easier. So there it is. Cool. Tiger wire, man. Let's set up the velocity in the tenderfoot stand. Get my Allen key close and set you guys up here. Get you guys nice and close here. How's that? Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay. So let's go ahead and build it. So, a 3mm bit. And we're going to do 9 wraps. Here we go. Microcoil. Now, one thing's for sure here is with my tiger wire, I don't like to use pliers to yank down on my leads to get them tight. Okay, I like to just get it as finger tight. Why? Just do the best you can with your fingers here. The reason I don't is I don't want to separate the flat wire from the round wire, just like that. Right, and it'll tend to kind of do that. That's kind of what we're looking at right here. There we go. Just like that. I'm gonna set that on and do one more. Again, just the best you can, just with your finger tightness. And honestly, where I'm building for a series box mod, a little wider diameter wouldn't hurt, honestly. So, and there we go. There's number 2. There we go. So how's this going to go down? I'm going to grab a pointer here. So we have 4 eyelets to trap from. I'm going to put one eyelet in here and one eyelet down here on the bottom on this side. Okay, let's do it. One in the top, one in the bottom, just like that. Now positioning it couldn't be easier, just like that. That's it. You can see how it just kind of falls into place. It's crazy. So I'm going to come in from the left here, and I'm going to go ahead and just nice and loose here. I'm not going to go crazy tight yet. I have a lot of adjustments I want to make here. But honestly, with the velocity and the way these eyelets are set up, there's not much to adjust. There really isn't. And I like to get them fairly close to the post, my builds. Fairly close. See what I mean? Not crazy close, but fairly close. Remember, inside of the barrel. Remember that? It does come in a little bit. It reduces on the inside a little bit. Just keep that in mind. Go ahead and put it in my driver on this side. The side that I haven't tightened down yet. That just makes it a little easier for me to get in with the Allen key. Just snug it up. And I'm going to work one coil at a time. And with this design, you don't have to tighten it down crazy tight. Feel that? Feels pretty good. Give it one little snug. Done. That's all you need. That's all you need. Clip it. And we're going to move on to the next one. Nice and close. Done. So, there's coil number 1, man. Again, it's far from done. Let's do it. Let's do it, man. Same thing. In the top, down the bottom. Just like that. And as you can see, it lines right at the exact same spot as the other one. Go with my left hand here. I'm terrible with my left hand, dude. You like that? I'm far from ambidextrous. Put that in. And now snug it up. Nice and easy. Just till it catches. Good. Take it out. Move to the other side. Insert. And the reason I insert the tool is because I don't want my coil to deform. And let's just make sure it doesn't. Nice and snug. Now we can pull it out. And then we can really hammer down on it. Really give it a good snug. There we go. Okay. Good. Yep, good. Fantastic. I'm really happy with that. Get it nice and close. Clip it. Close you can. Good. So that's what we're looking at right now. And as you can see, just from not even messing with it, it's pretty level. Pretty crazy, huh? Yeah, let's get it ready for the party, man. What am I gonna do next? I'm gonna level these out and get them a little tighter. Use my finger to push on the coil, push it into it. That's pretty good. Same thing here. Same thing here, just like that. That's all you really need to do. After that, we're firing, man. Let's measure this thing. Always good form to do especially when you're going to be playing on series box mods. It's good to measure it twice. Now fire it up. Let the atomizer come down to the right resistance. So when you fire it and you get it all glowing nice, and when you measure it, it's going to give you a measurement. When you fire it, the measurement could change, so you need to measure it one more time. It's just good practice all around. And I'm looking at this, and I'm actually going to have to push these back a little bit. I don't like how close the corner of this one is sitting. There we go. There we go. I might even, I think I'm going to give them one more little snug. About to play with a lot of power here. And it's funner when you feel safe, It's more enjoyable when you know you did everything you could in your power. You did everything you could to make it as safe as you possibly could. Cool, let's measure it. Like, if you notice, I didn't even pay attention to if they're the same height, and they are. Like, it just sets them up so beautifully. Let's measure it. 0.75. My goodness. That is... millimeters acting up. This is interesting. This is very interesting. I'm gonna throw it on my home wrecker. I want to see something here. Did you guys see that? It's saying 1 point, and it's not. A 1 point whatever. Okay, 0.3 is what it's measuring on the home wrecker. This is very interesting. It's gonna be one of those videos, isn't it, guys? That is so strange to me. There we go. That is so weird. So we're looking at 0.38 right now. That was so weird. Huh. I think it's time to get a new one. Right? So, here we go. We got the old fog box here. Screw that down now. I'm going to try and keep this in shot. I got some ceramic tweezers here. Right, so I'm going to fire this, take my time, and I'm going to pulse it for quite a bit here. And I'm going to try and do as little work as I have to with these. Right? Use the tricks and tips that I've taught you here. You know, like just a little nudgy nudge works really well in the strum. And take your time here. You know, this is a spot where you put too much power to it, you could pop a coil. But these are really secure, as you can see. And I don't know if you noticed on the first few pulses, they're starting to glow in the legs, like immediately. That just goes to show you how conductive everything is, how everything's trapped really well. Let's get this done. Boom. And I'm pretty happy with that. So far, not bad. There we go. And so that's what we're looking at, man. So what I'm going to do, yeah, I'm good with that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take it off. Careful, it's going to be hot. You know, that ohm meter that was definitely weird. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to let it cool down. You know, with series boxes, take your time, man. Like I said, you're putting a lot of power to that thing. All at once. And when you go to pulse it, it's definitely not a place to, you know, come in and just hit the button. You know, and it'll pop your coil every time. It's just boom, and then it's done. But so always be careful when it comes to any kind of building, not just series, any kind of building. Just take your time with it, man. There we go. 0.38, 0.389-ish, and I'm happy with that. I feel very comfortable with the batteries I'm using, as well as the people that made my box. Got my red emeralds in there. So there it is, man. Put that back on. And you should too, man. You should too. There we go. Starting to rest now. 0.4-ish. And that's right where I like it. Right on this box. That's right where I want it. Tenderfoot. Time to wick. How are we gonna wick it, man? How are we gonna wick this thing? Pretty much like everything else. I'll get it right in the shot for you. It's pretty good, right? Right in the middle there. I got some Muji, kind of my go-to, and I've peeled the sides off of it. off of the Japanese cotton and threw those away, and then I just used the middle of the pad. Alright, so I've cut my little strips here, and I'm going to go ahead and just cut a little like that in each one. Done. Make a little point, and pretty much like every other, anytime you wick something, just you want to keep it fluffy, keep it happy, and I do want to wick my tigers just a little tighter than usual, than just just regular round wire. All right, bring it in, man. Pop it in. Now, when I feel resistance, I'm going to go ahead and tug on this side as I pull through this way. One movement. Good. There we go. That's good. Happy with that. Let's do it again. Same thing. As you can see there, it's just a touch tighter than, what I would normally do. Helps alleviate the popping, guys. That's what that does. That's good. Twist. There we go. Now, I want to go ahead and clip it. Now remember how deep the juice well is. I want the cotton coming out of the coils right here to just touch on the inside corner, in each corner of the deck here. So each one gets a corner. Let's do it. Boom. Right? More. And that'll help you just dump it right down in. Once you get the first two, you can pretty much line it up with the rest. Alright. So, tucking in the wicks is just like pretty much any other dripper, right? Each one gets a corner. Pop it in. And what's nice about this dripper too is there's nothing in the way. Because of how you build it, there's really nothing in the way. Down and in. Get the frillies down in there. Against the corner. There we go. Decent look at it. On every one. Yeah, this is definitely one of those rare cases where, it feels like $100 to me. This atomizer is worth the money for me, in my opinion. Now, I want you to make up your own, because really, guys, this is just my opinion, not yours, right? So this is just to help you make up your mind. But if my 2 cents, counts, man, I really do believe it's worth the money. It's an incredible dripper. It's super well made. I got it on borrow. And I would assume that this thing was spotless when he got it. I'm pulling off the cotton from the middle. Oh, hopefully I was in the shot. From the middle here, I'm pulling it out of there and putting it back in the corner. That's where I want every one. And like I was saying before, man, just everyone gets their own corner. Tiger build, huh? Don't be intimidated by tiger builds and tiger wire. You're going to break wire. You're going to snap it. You're going to make mistakes. But that's all part of learning, dude. Don't beat yourself up over stuff like that. Give it a try. Give it a try. 26, nichrome 80, 0.9 ribbon. Tiger wire, tiger builds are the best of both worlds. For me, in my style. I'm going to go ahead and give it a little pinch on the corners. Really push in that cotton. Hit it back. Pop back on the tenderfoot. There it is. Everything's down in their corners. And when I get it wet, it'll be quite a bit better. Because I can really pull these to the side. What I want here is just a straight through shot. See that? That's what I want. But yeah, I'm really happy with this build. It came out good. Let's throw in the box and get it juicy. So what have we done? We've measured it twice. We know where we're sitting. I'm well within the limits of what my device can handle. And we're gonna get juicy, man. I got some lob juice right here. Named by the one and only Rob Key, man. This is just something I make. It's very heavily VG'd up. And I'm gonna put some on each coil here. Just like that, like that. I'm gonna fire it. Just gonna pull it right in. And I'm gonna continue to do that. I'm not gonna hold down the button, I'm just gonna hit it once. There we go. Just like that. And you saw, I mean, it didn't even soak in all the way, but when you hit that button, it just soaks it right in. This is also a good way to really get your coils after wicking, get them running in unison. So, I'm gonna do that until I feel like it's pretty well saturated. Now we can really see all that cotton in the way. I'm gonna move it. I'm gonna move it right here, right now. Pull it off. Put it back where it's supposed to go. It's funny when you get it wet how much you really see. I want the cotton to kind of be doing in the corners, but I also kind of want it back a little bit. I don't want it touching the barrel in any way. And I'll show you this side. See how that side looks versus the other side you were just looking at? And all I'm doing is just pressing it into itself. That's it. Back in the corner, and I'm good. We're good with that. Put the cap on, and we're ready to lob, dude. Right up now, right here, look for the notch on the inside, line it up, use that airflow hole to help you. Every time. Sits nice and flush. Let's bring it up, dude. We're done. We're done. Nice. So what do you think, man? Looks good? White bore. Series boxes. Love macros and tons of airflow. Tons. Let's hit it now. Let's see how we did. Pretty good. The thing is with how much power is going to these coils, like under load, 7 volts maybe, 6-7 volts depending on your load. If that, maybe just under. It runs through the juice. However, you get an amazing, and I mean amazing, vape off this thing. It is fantastic on a series box. You know, build it a little higher, give it power, dude. But the airflow drop, you can hear it. It's very effortless. It's the best way to describe it. And the way it comes in, and with these indirect airflow holes, they're cooling off the build. This is not hot. It's not warm. Now, in most other drippers I put this in, it's warm. You can really feel the warmth. But with this, because it's not so warm, I can take longer inhales. I can really take it down. You know what I mean? Unreal. I get 2 pretty long pulls out of it. The trick is to be able to take longer pulls with a lot of power. Macro coils allow you to do that. And it also just the ramp up is just a titch slower, just slow enough, and the surface area is just big enough that it allows you to take in those big, long, hefty, deep draws, dude. You know, Cisco and Dino, Insignia Design Group, out of the park, man. I guess if I had a message for those guys, it would be this. Thank you. Thank you, man. Like, to find people that will sit down and polish their stuff before it goes out the door is so far and few between anymore, man. It's crazy. Thank you. And I hope you guys continue to make new, innovative, fun, you know, just brilliant pieces. This thing really is, and I can't wait to get my own. I couldn't afford it. You know? Unlike you guys, man. You know? Can't afford all. I can't buy everything. And this is one that was just out of my price range. I'm happily saving up for this one. Hopefully I can get my hands on one, man. Trey, thank you, dude. Thank you for trusting me enough to let me borrow this. It's a total blast. I'm gonna miss it, man. Yeah, it's delicious. This is like a coconut custard, and it's like 97% VG. It's ridiculous, man. Getting cloudy in here. Not much more I can say about it. Not much more. It's highly recommended for me. If you've been thinking about it and you feel like, you know, you want to save up for it, you're not sure if you want to, I think this is worth saving up for, man. Again, these are my opinions and mine alone. So, take for what you will, dude. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me at tjvapingreviews@aol.com or simply comment down below, man. I'll try and get back to everybody. Pretty stoked. We'll do the Pugio next, right? Then the Amati. Let's end this, man. Classic, dude. See you guys.